See, I'm an 80s baby, master Reaganomics, School of Hard Knocks, every day is college. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. I am sorry for the tardiness, but nonetheless, we are back. And we're doing our mock draft for the NFL 2.0 tonight. Me, I go by post game. You can catch my show, post game podcast at postgame 86. And I got some very, very special gentlemen with me tonight. SEC Sean, how you doing, my man?
Pretty good, pretty good. Just ready to get this thing rolling. This was I didn't even know this was going on tonight till earlier, and just ready to knock it out. I guess if I pay attention more, I might know more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The man, the myth, the legend, Rob, WTP for life. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. Excited to be on stream, man. I was on vacation last week. I was on Tuesday, but I'm back again today here on Thursday. I'm ready to get into some of this mock draft stuff.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. One Take Zaya, how you feeling tonight, my man?
Cut your mic on.
Oh, what's up? Hey, y'all know it happened to the best of us. Hey, I'm feeling good though, man. I'm ready to get down and get right with this 2.0. I'm about to smoke y'all, man. You know what I mean? I'm about to smoke y'all.
For all the people tuning in, that was One Take's impersonation of SEC Sean.
And last, but certainly not least, Level Up Sports 10, the biggest player in the Midwest. How you doing tonight, Mossberg?
Yeah, feeling pretty good, man. Can't call it, man. Was good on a Thursday to everybody, man. I can't complain, man. Just ready and been anticipating tonight's show. Just ready and can't be more ready, man. Class is in session. You wasn't tardy. You was right on time post game. Because, you know, we all teachers in this game, and we had our days of being tardy. So let's get into what we do best, man. Good to see everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is some of the finest men in the Midwest. Thank you. Thank you. Well, before we get into it, as I set this thing up, I know the big guys, the big defensive linemen, had their measurements and ran today. Did y'all find anything fascinating, or did y'all notice anything from the combine today?
Man, Trey Moore from my Texas Longhorns ran a 4.55. That shocked me. I thought he would be more around a 4.7, 4.8, but a 4.55 is pretty good for Trey Moore.
What's your thoughts on that One Take SEC show?
I listen. I had a hell of a day. I ain't catch nothing about the draft. I seen some press conferences, and that's about it. I ain't get no measurables. I ain't get to see no 40s from these big fellas or nothing. I just listened to a few press conferences. That's about it.
I think, for me, we really haven't spoke a lot about, but we know Clemson, how we had high hopes of what they were doing this past season, thought they would be a team to compete for a championship. I was looking at their defensive tackle, DeMonte Capehart, if I'm saying it right. The way he performed, I think, was good to put his names on the charts alongside the other draft pick that they have in the first round. I believe his name is Peter Woods from out of Clemson. So I think seeing both of those guys on that defensive front for Clemson, knowing the type of season that they just came off of, I think that's good. I think that's a good thing for Clemson as well.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
didn't catch any. I didn't catch any of it. I'm in the same boat as One Take. I was so slammed at work today that I didn't get nothing involved. I actually, heck, I forgot it was on today. So let's just get rolling because I'm gonna make myself look dumb if we keep talking.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I know you was busy today, man.
Hey, I just looked it up. My man Arvell Reese ran a 4.46 though. Oh my God. Hey, they created him on a spaceship.
That's what I was waiting to see too. I was waiting to see Arvell Reese's 40 time 4.46. That's outstanding for a guy his size. So let's get the draft order set. Way I was thinking, I'll have the first pick. One Take a half second. SEC Sean a half third. Rob a half fourth. And then Moss a half fifth. And then we'll go snake. So it'll go back to Moss at sixth. And then to Rob at seventh. SEC Sean at 8, Zay at 9, and then back to me for 10 and 11. Cool?
Cool.
Sounds like a plan. But
Ladies and gentlemen, the first pick is okay, now the first pick is in.
hey,
Okay, enough of that. The first pick is in. The Oakland Raiders are on the clock, and I'm not going to waste much time on this one. They taking Fernando Mendoza. I think the best quarterback in the draft. Everybody pretty much agrees with that one. So the Raiders get their quarterback of the future with Fernando Mendoza.
love the pick. Love the
clock.
Oh, go ahead,
Zayski, where they going, man?
Man, listen, after seeing the 4.46 number, you know, the Jets can use a lot, man. And you want one of the main things they need is an edge and a linebacker, as you can see. And Arvell Reese can do both. So Arvell Reese is my second pick going to the Jets.
Excellent pick. SEC, the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock. Who they taking with the third pick, my man? You there, SEC? You on mute, brother.
I told y'all Zay was impersonating me, so I wanted to give it back. The Cardinals, I believe, are going to go defense here. We're going to go with a linebacker who actually, I looked it up just a minute ago, put up a 4.50 40 in David Bailey from Texas Tech.
David Bailey is off the board at pick 3. The second edge guy, well, Arvell Reese is linebacker / edge, but those are some valuable players when you talk about getting after the quarterback. Wow, your Tennessee Titans are on the clock, my man. Y'all need a running back, wide receiver, center, guard, edge, corner. You can go so many different ways with this pick. Talk to us what the Titans doing.
At edge, my Tennessee Titans are going to take Ruben Bain, edge rusher out of Miami.
Excellent pick. Wow. Mossberg, the New York Giants. I forgot you got hit Paul, but The New York Giants on the clock at 5. Positional needs, wide receiver, guard, tackle, corner. You can go multiple different ways on this pick. Where they going, my man?
Man, it's crazy because I I don't know why I'm so heavy on having an offense that's shredding defenses, because that's what it seems like. You do have to have a great offense. You have to have a 1-2 combination. And the first time I picked Makai Lemon from USC to go catch balls for Jackson Dart. But this is another receiver who is catching balls right here where we from in C-Bus, right down the street at the shoot. His name is Cardinal Tate. I'm taking Cardinal Tate to the New York Giants to catch balls from Jackson Dart to go alongside Malik Neighbors coming back for another year, which we know how great he was. I just think pairing them two together, something special. The size of those receivers, I think Jackson Dart would love it. It's another pick I wanted to make, but I went with Cardinal Tate. It's just too great of a player to leave off the board, knowing the Giants could use a receiver.
Okay, excellent pick, my man. Moss, you right back on the board with a pick for the Cleveland Browns at 6. According to PFF, they need a QB, wide receiver, guard, or tackle. Where they going with this pick, my man?
When you think of tackle, this was the toughest one for me. Like I said, it was going back and forth with these two picks. Either I'm giving one this pick or the opposite pick. So for Cleveland, I went with a person and a player. I think when it comes to having a quarterback like Shador, you get a new quarterback coach to groom you through coming into your official first season. Why not go down to Miami and get Big Francis Magoa from Miami? I'm giving him the big tackle for Miami, 6'6", 315. I think he'd be a great guy to protect Shador as he continue to grow in his young, steady career that's just getting started. And I kind of reminisce that as a thought of Joe Thomas when they got that player and what he did for that organization and keeping that line really good and holding itself for All-Pro and Hall of Famer as well. So that was the reason I picked him also to go to Cleveland.
You know why that's such an excellent pick? I believe all 5 of their starting offensive linemen are set to hit free agency in Cleveland. So excellent pick. Rob, you back on the clock, this time with the Washington Commanders. Their needs are tight end, guard, edge, linebacker, DB. So many needs for this team. Where are the Washington Commanders going with the 7th pick?
Man, this is just going to be a tough pick for them because you cannot pass up on Caleb Downs right there at 7. I wanted to go with Sonny Styles, but I got to go with Caleb Downs. He's still on the board. I'm taking safety, Caleb Downs, out of the Ohio State University.
Hey, excellent pick. Who next?
SEC.
Hey,
See, the Saints are on the clock at 8. PFF claims their needs are wide receiver, guard, and defensive line. Where are they going with the 8th pick, my man?
we're going to go wide receiver, and we're going to bypass Tyson, and we're going to go get that guy that likes the fruits, them citrus, out of USC.
Ooh, Lemon.
We're going to go with Makai Lemon.
That is an excellent pick. I like him in that offense with Tyler Shuck. So we'll move to the 9th pick, and the pick, I believe, is in. The Chiefs at 9. They claim they need a running back, wide receiver, guard, tackle, defensive line. Where are the Chiefs going on this one, man?
Yeah, there's no way that Jeremiah Love can fall past 9, in my opinion. He could have won a couple other spots in his top 10, but no way he gets past Andy Reid. Jeremiah Love.
Okay, excellent, excellent pick. And I believe the Bengals are picking, and the pick is in. And I believe this is on me.
Yes, I did.
All right. Okay, so the Cincinnati Bengals, according to PFF, need a center, guard, defensive line, or safety. I bet you they were wishing that the best safety in the class made it down to them, but that's highly unlikely. That could be the best defender in the class. So I'm going to go best player on the board and give the Bengals Mr. Sonny Styles from the Ohio State University. And then back-to-back picks for myself. The Miami Dolphins at 11. They need QB, wide receiver, guard, corner. This is a layup pick for me. I'm going Mansur Delane out of LSU at the cornerback position. The Dolphins get their corner. The Dallas Cowboys on the clock, needing running back, edge, linebacker, and safety. Where are America's team going with this pick? That's on you, SEC. Or no.
Yeah.
That's on you.
No, that's on Zay.
Zay.
That's on one take.
One take.
Okay. Let me look at my board.
I was confused. I was sitting here scanning and prepping for the Rams, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. I was in the middle of writing picks down. I'm going Jermod McCoy right here out of Tennessee.
I hate you.
Oh, the Cowboys taking a corner. Okay. Excellent pick. Man, I should have wrote down it's on SEC Shine next.
What was that pick again, Zay?
Jermod McCoy. We know he missed the whole season.
Yeah.
But the tape don't lie from 24. I mean, this dude would have been one of the top draft picks.
He NFL ready, man.
He ready.
Yeah.
As long as he tests well, I don't think he'll fall.
SEC Shine, you back on the clock, man. You back on the clock.
Yeah.
The LA Rams, they need a quarterback, tackle, and corner. If you let PFF tell it. So, what direction are the Rams going, my man?
Well, I'm looking at what I seen for the Rams was they're also looking for a quarterback and a wide receiver. I couldn't work a trade with the Cowboys to get McCoy down to LA. So we're going to go ahead and stay on the offensive side, and we're going to take Arizona State's wide receiver. Was it Dyson, right?
Jordan Tyson.
Yeah. Tyson, yeah, that's what it was.
Jordan Tyson off the board at 13 to the LA Rams. Man, you putting him on the offense with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. That could be very, very interesting. The Baltimore Ravens on the clock at 14. Team needs being wide receiver, guard, and defensive line. Where are the Ravens going with this pick?
Man, I wanted to go wide receiver right there, but my man SEC Sean took the wide receiver that I needed. The Baltimore Ravens will go with Peter Woods, defensive tackle out of Clemson.
Ooh. Man, that's a big pick.
Wow. So he's going. You got him going pretty high then. I think if I'm not mistaken, he ran a pretty good 40 for a defensive tackle today. That's an interesting pick.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers is on the clock at 15. They need a tight end, guard, edge, linebacker, corner. Where are the Bucks going with this pick?
You said the tight end, edge, the guard, corner, the linebacker.
Yes, sir.
I'm going Cassius Howe out of Texas A&M. I think he's one of those players that could be hybrid. He could play any of those linebacker positions, and you could put him at the edge. So you kind of get in the 2-on-1. You could really make him. He's like a chess piece he'd be a chess piece for that Bucks defense. I think he could play both positions, and like I always think and say, when you get that NFL workout, that off season, it could do wonders for you. And I think he's one of those guys where it could do wonders. He could be that hybrid middle linebacker outside and definitely play on that edge as well. So I'm gonna go with Cassius Howe out of Texas A&M.
I love the pick, Moss. I love the pick.
Appreciate it.
And Mossberg, don't go nowhere because you right back on the clock with the Jets at 16. That team already taken Arvell Reese with the second pick, have needs at quarterback, wide receiver, defensive line, and corner. This pick is from my Indianapolis Colts, by the way. Where are the Jets going with this pick?
Man, it's a cornerback, I believe, over in Clemson. Last name Terrell. I'm gonna bring the Jets Terrell from Clemson. Another player I think is very hybrid. I think at his position, I don't know, his height, his weight, and again, that NFL workout can do wonders for you. And I think when you think of the Jets loading up on defense, getting the Arvell Reese, getting the Terrell, Ohio State, Clemson, IQ, skill. I mean, you put your team together very well, and you got Arvell Reese connecting with another Buckeye that's already there. So I think it's a great fit for New York. I think they get their defense together, start to make a run in that AFC East possibly.
Rob, the Detroit Lions are on the clock at 17, and they need a center, tackle, edge, or corner. Where are they going?
The Detroit Lions, with that 17th pick, will pick Zion Young, defensive end out of Missouri, to team up with Aiden Hutchinson on the other side. That tandem might be gruesome for those teams out there in the NFL.
Zion Young. Interesting. The defensive end out of Missouri. That's an excellent pick, in my opinion. All right, the Minnesota Vikings are on the clock at 18. Their team needs consist of running back, center, and DB. Where are the Vikings going with the 18th pick?
The Vikings are going to go ahead and put both Notre Dame running backs in the first round and take Jadarian Price.
Wow. So you got Mr. Love and Price being top 20 picks. I'm not mad at it.
I'm trying to keep the host happy.
The Carolina Panthers are on the clock at 19. And their team needs consists of wide receiver, defensive line, and linebacker. Where are the Cardiac Cats going?
I actually think they don't draft any of those positions. I think they actually take Kenyon Sadiq right here.
Ooh, I like it.
Wow.
The tight end from Oregon is off the board at pick 19. Okay.
Wow.
And now we go back to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see who they picked earlier. They took Jermod McCoy with the 12th pick, the corner. So their team needs are running back, edge, linebacker, and safety. Where are the Cowboys going with this pick? Somebody talk to me.
This is on this your pick, Post.
Oh, this is my pick?
Yeah, you after Zay.
Okay. Well, they just signed their running back to a deal. They signed Williams to a deal. They need an edge, linebacker, or safety. I'm going to go Akeem Mesidor
Great pick.
from Miami with this pick.
Wonderful pick. I think Mesidor might be the most polished pass rusher in this draft.
Okay. So that brings me to my second pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers at 21, needing quarterback, wide receiver, tackle, and DB. I am going to give them Spencer Fano from Utah. I don't want to reach for a quarterback. I feel like outside of my man with the first pick, Mendoza, I feel like you would be reaching in the first round. That's just how I personally feel, fellas. But the Chargers are on the clock at pick 22, needing a center, guard, or defensive lineman. Where are the Chargers going?
I think the Chargers will go with Caden McDonald from Ohio State right here.
Oh, that is excellent. That is excellent. Excellent pick. I like Caden McDonald. All right. And the pick is in. 23. The Eagles are on the clock, are ready to make their pick. They need a tight end, guard, edge, corner. I'm pretty sure they are salty seeing Sadiq being drafted, but it is what it is. Where are the Eagles going with this pick?
We had our eyes set on Sadiq at this pick, but somebody had to slip up and nab him first. So we're going to shift and we're going to go to somebody with some tremendous upside, I think, also. And we're going to take Caleb Banks out of Florida.
Ooh.
Oh, the big defensive tackle. Best player on the board. Okay. I like it. Next, we got the Cleveland Brownies taking a tackle earlier in the first round. They still have needs at wide receiver and guard. Where are the Cleveland Brownies going with the 24th pick?
The Cleveland Browns are going offensive line again with Monroe Freeling, offensive tackle out of Georgia.
2 tackles in the first round. Interesting. So the Chicago Bears, or should I say the Indiana Bears, who knows, on the clock at 25, their needs being defensive line, linebacker, and safety. Where are the Chicago Bears going with the 25th pick?
I think they're going to shock knowing they've been needing help. I'm going Kendrick Falk out of Auburn. it's a lot of upside with Kendrick Falk, a lot of comparisons to Garrett as this draft process been coming around and things been going on. I just think Kendrick Falk would be a great fit for Chicago. He'll bring a different force up front. He'll be able to stunt. They'll be able to do some of those things that was going on in Detroit with the coach. And I think he'll be able to get that coordinator to adjust and be able to move up front. I think he's a great fit for Chicago. So I'm going to go Kevin Falk out of Auburn.
Okay, Moss. So I think this is one of the more interesting teams in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills have the 26th pick. They need wide receiver, edge, linebacker, and DB. Josh Allen, not comparing them as quarterbacks, as players, but these Bills teams somewhat remind me of my Indianapolis Colts teams in the early 2000s, where they would roll every year. Everybody would say this is their year. They would look really good in the regular season, and in the playoffs, they just wouldn't get it done. The Buffalo Bills need wide receiver, edge, linebacker, and DB. Where they going with the 26th overall pick?
I think this is going to make someone very happy. Very happy. It's a linebacker we did not get in our first mock draft. I think he's been waiting to put his mark in the NFL. I'm going Anthony Hill, linebacker, Texas. Hook 'em. And I know Uncle's going to enjoy that. I think he's a great fit for a team like Buffalo. When you're talking about a leader at the linebacker position, I think he can handle any part of that linebacker, inside, outside, wherever you put him, especially in the middle. I think he's built for the NFL. I'm going Hill, linebacker out of Texas, to fill that void for Buffalo. Defense can win them a championship. I think he could definitely make his presence.
All right. Anthony Hill in the first round. The San Francisco 49ers on the clock, ready to make their pick at 27. Their needs being wide receiver, guard, edge, and safety. Where are the 49ers going? And I believe it's on me, correct?
WTP.
On Rob. Where the Niners going with this pick, Rob?
The San Francisco 49ers are going with Caden Proctor, offensive tackle / guard out of Alabama.
Excellent pick. Excellent pick. I like it. So that leads us to the 28th pick. The Houston Texans, needs being running back, center, guard, defensive lineman. Where they going with the 28th overall pick? Or is it on me? Please let me know.
No, it's on me. It's
Okay.
me.
Go ahead, my man.
And then it's Zay, then you, and then Zay again. That'll
Gotcha.
end it. We're gonna go. We need to protect CJ Stroud, so we need to get a lineman in there, and we're gonna take that guy you just passed right there. I'm not even gonna try again. I tried it on the last time we did this. I'm not trying it again. That guy. We're taking
The Penn State guard.
yeah, the Penn State guard. Yeah, the Nittany Lion at the guard. Yeah, that's who we're going to take. That's what we're going to call
guard
it.
from Penn State. I
His
understand.
jersey's going to have Nittany on it. It's not even going to have nothing else.
Hey, SEC Sean, I looked at him too, but I said I can pronounce Caden Proctor. I can't pronounce that, so that's why I went with.
Yeah.
29. The LA Rams are on the clock, needing the QB, tackle, and corner. Hold on. Let's see who the Rams took. Because I know they had an earlier pick. They went with Jordan Tyson at wide receiver. Who are they taking at 29?
At 29, the Rams are in win now mode. I think they got to go corner right here. I'm going with Colton Hood out of Tennessee. Physical corner, size. I think that'd be an excellent pick.
All right. The corner from Tennessee is off the board. So that leaves me with the 30th pick. The Denver Broncos are on the clock. You know, it's interesting to me. They say they need a running back. I thought RJ Harvey played well. Anybody got anything on that?
Yeah, a lot of teams is moving to the two system running back thing. You want to have a yin and a yang. I think they just believe that they could have somebody else back there to carry the load, help him carry the load. We seen it all throughout the league. Seattle had two running backs. Denver, not Denver. The New England Patriots had two running backs. A lot of the better teams had two backs. The Rams.
True. That is a good point. So I'm gonna go CJ Allen for the Denver Broncos. I think he's too good to pass up. The New England Patriots at 31, they need a guard, they need a tackle, they need an edge, they need a linebacker. I'm not going any of those positions. I just think Mr. Boston has too much outside to pass up. They need more explosive wide receiver, a big body wide receiver. I'm taking Denzel Boston from Washington for the New England Patriots. Last but not least, fellas, the Seattle Seahawks at 32, running back, center, guard, linebacker, corner are all positions of needs. Where are they going? The Super Bowl champions.
Now, for me, it was kind of hard because it's a safety out there, and if you watch the Seattle defense, they kind of reminisced of that defense with Richard Sherman. I can't think of all the names, but how they played in different coverages, disguise themselves. They could always play each other's position, it seemed like this year. If you notice that as the season progressed, and especially in the playoffs, you couldn't tell who was playing corner, who was playing safety. So I'm choosing a cornerback right here in Ohio, but he's over in Toledo, Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Safety out of Toledo. I think he'll be a great presence to where he could actually play corner in the NFL.
Oh, whoa!
That's Zay's pick.
That was my pick, but I'm glad that you thought you let your thoughts be known. That's not who they though, my guy. But
you picked him already?
No,
that's my pick.
It's Zay's pick. Zay follow post game.
Oh,
Moss
my
was
bad.
trying to be like a couple years ago when the Vikings missed the
I'm
clock
looking
and
at the
everybody
order
remember
wrong,
the
Zay.
team.
My bad, Zay.
Moss trying to win for everybody.
Bro hopped in there strong too. Y'all hear me?
Dude, he just went straight into the reason. I'm thinking this is why. And it ain't my pick.
Hey, I like your pick, but that's not what they're going to do. If this is how the board plays out, they're actually going to draft the guard from Penn State, right there. I don't know how to pronounce his crazy name.
That's the one I took.
Oh, you took him?
Yeah, that Magno guy. Yeah, dude.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, if he gone, no, you said, am I going to take him? No, if he gone, they're going to go.
That's what I said. I took the Vega guy, Viva Vega or whatever his first name is.
Leona.
Or, yeah.
Well, if he gone, if he gone, then they're going to just take the guard from Oregon.
Mossberg, the safety.
Moss is goated. You hear me? Moss, he's legend.
I got my Bengals hat, Bengals sweater. Look, the big show of the game, my Bengals. I can't be upset about, man.
I know, Rob, you've gone to the draft this year, right?
Yes.
Do not take Moss. Security will escort him out for trying to go up and make picks for everybody.
Right. They need Mossberg in there, man. It's gonna be fun, man. Might get a little cloudy at times, but it's gonna be fun, man.
So when we do our next mock draft, we just make sure we write down the order. So let's recap the first round. Our mock draft 2.0. First overall went Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana. Second overall, Arvell Reese goes to the Jets, linebacker from Ohio State. Third overall, the Cardinals go defense. They get David Bailey out of Texas Tech. At 4, the Tennessee Titans take Ruben Bain, the edge from Miami. At 5, the New York G-Men take Carnell Tate, wide receiver, Ohio State. Interesting pick. Francis M goes to Cleveland, the tackle out of Miami. The Washington Commanders get Caleb Downs, safety from Ohio State. At 8, New Orleans goes offense. They get Makai Lemon, the wide receiver from USC. At 9, the Chiefs get Jeremiah Love, the running back from Notre Dame. At 10, the Bengals are defensive minded. They go Sonny Styles, linebacker out of Ohio State.
Let's go.
Miami Dolphins take Mansur Delane, the corner from LSU. The Cowboys also go corner at 12 and get Jermod McCoy. The Rams at 13 take Jordan Tyson, wide receiver from Arizona State. The what's their names? The Ravens. The Ravens get the defensive tackle from Clemson, Peter Woods. At 15, the Buccaneers get Cassius Howe out of Texas A&M. At 16, the Jets, they didn't have a single interception last season. They take Avion Terrell, the corner from Clemson. At 17, the Detroit Lions get Zion Young, the edge from Missouri. At 18, Jadarian Price, running back out of Notre Dame, goes to Minnesota. At 19, another weapon for the QB. The Panthers get Kenyon Sadiq, tight end from Oregon. At 20, the Dallas Cowboys get Akeem Mesidor, the edge from Miami. At 21, the Steelers get Spencer Fano, tackle out of Utah. The Chargers at 22 take Caden McDonald, the defensive tackle from Ohio State. 23, the Eagles are thinking similarly. They take Caleb Banks, defensive lineman from Florida. And at 24, the Cleveland Browns get another tackle. They get Monroe Freeland. That was excellent. At 25, the Bears take Keldrick Folk, the edge out of Auburn. The Bills go defense and get Anthony Hill, the linebacker from Texas. The 49ers at 27 take Caden Proctor, the tackle from Alabama. At 28, the Texans are back in the first round, at the 28th pick, the Texans take the big guard from Penn State. Not even going to try to pronounce his name. I'm sorry. At 29, the Rams take Colton Hood, the cornerback from Tennessee. At 30, the Broncos go linebacker and get CJ Allen from Georgia. At 31, the Patriots get Denzel Boston out of Washington. And then the pick that was stolen, the 32nd pick of the draft, the Seattle Seahawks take Emmanuel McNeil, safety from Toledo. Any thoughts on the picks, fellas?
Man, this thing. Every time I see mock drafts, it kind of infuriates me because to think that if Julian Sayin and Jeremiah Smith both go to the NFL next year and they both go in the first round, we had 7 first-round draft picks on one team and didn't do nothing with it. It's infuriating for real.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking myself if Smith do get drafted. But I actually was just looking at just watching Arvell Reese this season. If he could be in the Cincinnati uniform playing that linebacker position, I would love that. As a Bengals fan, when you think of a defensive player, what he would bring to the organization, and over the past few years, I would say just over the past 10 years, when we get players that's played and put on Ohio State uniform, and they're on our defense playing a pivotal role, things happen in Cincinnati. So I hope that we can make that pick with Arvell Reese if he's there. Definitely a great pick.
Y'all gonna have to trade up to get him, bro. He ain't
Yeah,
gonna
there
be there.
ain't, there ain't no way Reese is falling to 10. But you could get Styles. You could get Styles.
But I like Sonny Styles being there for sure. Like, I don't think you can go wrong. I don't think you could go wrong either way because I think he's a hybrid. As far as having Sonny Styles, I don't think you go. Only thing I feel you're gonna miss is that dog, as Arvell Reese say he has. That's the one thing I seen mentioned in his interviews. But I like Sonny Styles just as much. The IQ that you coming from Ohio State.
I have a fear of the Bengals. I have a feeling that if they're at the 10th pick, I see him taking the cornerback Delane out of LSU. They need somebody to shut down half of the field.
Hey, listen, if Downs fall to 10, if Downs is there at 10,
Downs is there. They're taking him. There's no question there. But I don't see Downs falling to 10.
No, me neither.
I've seen a mock draft with Downs going second to the Jets.
I've seen
Listen,
that.
I think the fact that Arvell Reese ran in the 4.4s, I think that solidifies him as the second player off the board during the NFL draft. I had him coming in, as y'all know, as the best defensive player, and all I wanted to see is what I saw today, and that was him run that 40. I think he's going second overall to the Jets. So whoever made that pick, excellent pick.
Man, 6'5", 245 running a 4.45 is crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah.
I know that I saw today, I did look up some of the measurables from today. I saw that the two smallest arms were Cassius Howell and Ruben Bain.
Yep.
I think we expected that from Bain. They've been saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You know, they're comping him to Jared Verse Moss's boy. You know, so it works out for Jared Verse. Hey, dudes like that though, man. Dudes like that though, like that play on heart, man, and they got the film, bro. I don't take none of that arm stuff like into account, bro. Like he's just a dog, bro.
Especially because his hands are so violent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
This may be the first draft in the history of NFL drafts where only one quarterback gets drafted in the first round. That is going to be amazing to me. That only and most of these teams really aren't even looking for a quarterback. So once Mendoza goes off the board, the chances of another quarterback going off, if they don't get picked by the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's probably not going to happen in the first round. One quarterback, y'all. Can you believe that?
I think possibly the Rams late in the draft, late in that first round, could take a quarterback.
That's exactly where I was going with that second pick in the first round. It's grab a Ty Simpson, or whoever you feel.
We all thinking alike. That 29th pick is where you watch for Simpson. I think he could go there, but I've always been of this thought, fellas. The first round of the NFL draft is made for all the freaks. The freak of nature players, that's where you go, the first round of the NFL draft. So to me, I feel like why pass on a Colton Hood? You can swing around in the second or third round and get one of these guys. They may be all the same, or we could be talking about, hey guys, y'all remember when they were down on this quarterback class and it ended up being great.
Yeah.
I was thinking about the pick with the Giants. For me, I don't know what it is about Jackson Dart. I think how he was groomed, having laying there with him for those few years and got himself, he stayed and continued that success, even though he didn't win big. I think him becoming a professional, being in New York, when you pair him with a target like Malik Neighbors, you know, I think if you add a Carnell Tate, I look at Carnell Tate, and this was not even this past season. This was last year. I looked at him as a Plaxico Burress for sure hands, tall, long, runs excellent routes, and he's only going to get better at the next level. So I think if the Giants get a Cardell Tate, if he's there at that fifth pick, I think you have to get him. I mean, like I said, when you pairing these young receivers together, I think that's a duo you would really have to reckon with in the years to come. You're talking about LSU, Ohio State, wide receiver U battle. It'll really get heavy with the talks and that with an SEC quarterback.
Yeah,
man, it's crazy work.
Yeah, Moss. I think getting Cardell Tate to New York, I think they starting to cook with some grease because you say Plexico. I think if he reaches his fullest ceiling, I think Cardell Tate compares well to Devontae Adams, being bigger receivers with great route running and great hands.
Yeah, because he is chiseled too.
And that stolen pick, I would have went guard, but another guy that I would have considered right there for the Seahawks is Chris Brazil. Also 6'5", 200, pretty fast, kind of fluid, good hips. So, pairing him with Jackson Smith-Njigba, it's going to be hard to key in on a guy like that if you got a tall, big target on the outside.
Yeah, that dude. That might be one of the big sleepers in this draft is that Brazil dude from Tennessee. He's not blazing fast. He doesn't have like that Nick Harbor speed, but his strides are so long. He covers so many yards per step that he pulls away from people. And then at 6'5", he gets it, and then he's got the strength to break the tackles. I was watching that kid last year play, and I was just like, every time Aguilar threw it, it was to him, and I was like, good Lord. And so I think he has a chance to be one of your big sleepers in this draft.
Hey, Sean. Now, let me tell you, if he run a 4.5 in the 40, you could lock him in the first round.
Oh, yeah. If he run a 4.5, I don't think he's a 4.5 guy. I really don't. But then again, who knows? But yeah, if he hits 4.5 with his size and his strength, he's definitely first round. He's probably going mid first round.
Man, I understand Fernando Mendoza going with the number 1 pick, man. I get it. I understand it. But when you got an Arvell Reese, a David Bailey, a Reuben Bain, and a Caleb Downs in this draft, guys who are probably going to be 10, 12, 15-year starters, bro. I don't know if I can pick a guy who I'm not 1,000% sure he's going to be a franchise quarterback with that number 1 pick, bro. I'm just not sold. When I see those other 4 guys who I know is probably going to be in the league double-digit years, man, and be productive for that long as well. I ain't sold on Fernando Mendoza. I know he's going number 1, but I ain't sold.
I'm not mad at that, Rob. I'm not mad at that at all. We've been surprised before, correct? The Raiders could trade out of that pick.
Look, man, the Raiders are the one team in the NFL. You don't know what they're going to do.
You don't.
They might sell the pick, for $25. Who knows with that team? I mean, I don't know what they're doing out there, but Mendoza is definitely going to be the number 1 pick. I mean, but man, with the numbers Reese put up today, I'd have to think long and hard about not taking that quarterback number 1.
You know what's crazy? Too? I wouldn't even be surprised if the Jets moved up to get Mendoza.
Yeah.
And the Raiders was threatening to take him. Like, we're going to pick Mendoza. So y'all can offer us y'all's pick, but we need something from next year's draft. And then they could just look at next year's draft and get their quarterback.
Well, that's
the Jets do have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that.
I mean, a couple of years ago when the Texans packaged all that stuff together, that they had got from Cleveland from Deshaun Watson trade. And they packaged it all and jumped up and took Anderson and Stroud back to back. I mean, you do something like that, you can help the Raiders in the longer term.
So I think the quarterback play we seen in the Jets was like some of the worst quarterback play we seen in a long time. And I think it was that bad that they'd be desperate enough to take that first pick.
What's your
It was horrible, bro.
yeah.
I mean, you think about it. I won't take Zay. You're right on point. They're destined to do the same thing again if they don't get him.
What's your thoughts thinking about the quarterback situation? If you throw everything out the window, would you go in a hat and pick between Mendoza or Simpson, or do you have a pick, Mendoza or Simpson? Just
No, it's Mendoza over Simpson, and that's not really close.
See, I'm different. I'm different than everybody on the panel because a lot of I think Sean, I don't know how you feel about it, but I know Post, Rob, and you, Moss, y'all kind of iffy about Mendoza. I'm locked in on Mendoza as the number one pick. I think he is a NFL starting quarterback, and I think he's a franchise guy. And I think people will get behind him and play their hardest for him. So I think he deserves the number one pick.
My take on him, since you're not 100%, is I think he's an outstanding quarterback. I don't think he's a generational quarterback.
Those are my thoughts exactly. I mean, I'm only down on Mendoza when you compare him to other first overall pick quarterbacks. I think he's fine. I think he's solid. Depending upon what you build around him, you already got the tight end position there for him. You got a running back there for him. I think he can be a good NFL quarterback. I don't think he's trash or anything. I just think when you compare him to the other first overall quarterbacks, he doesn't excite me as much as those other guys. But I've come to the realization I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be the first overall pick unless we see some kind of trade.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to add to this conversation before we hop off these quarterbacks. We seen Minnesota let Sam Darnold out the door. He go to a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Sometimes you just got to get a good quarterback in the door, and don't let him out. And
Right.
I think if you wait till the next year, you're not sure if it's going to be one there for you. So you got to take one while you got the chance.
I'm gonna just give you a quick runoff of the number one picks, just a top 8 of the number one picks when it comes to quarterback. Got Terry Bradshaw, Peyton Manning, John Elway, Troy Aikman, Andrew Luck, Eli Manning, Jim Plunkett, Matthew Stafford. That's 8 out of 20. It's a few more, but that's a lot to live up to when it comes to getting that number one pick. So I don't know. I think it's a lot that they got to live up to, and it is scary being Vegas. They might make a trade. You just don't know.
Hey, you ain't say Jamarcus Russell.
Do we all agree that Aaron Glenn has to win next season to keep his job? At least 500-ish.
He's got to be around the 500 mark.
Right.
And not necessarily, exactly. Well, I don't think you can't go exactly 500 anymore.
Yeah, that's why I said ish. That's why I said ish. But my question is, what's the answer at the quarterback position for the Jets this coming season?
See, and that's why I think he gets a little bit of a pass if they're under 500 because they don't have a quarterback. So
man, listen, I think Aaron Glenn he's toast regardless. Like after last season, bro, I think they're gonna just let it play out because they know they're gonna be bad again next year. But with projected stacked draft next year, you got to get your guy in there and let him start building a roster. So I think he toast regardless.
What
Yeah,
if you
put
were the
some butter and
Jets?
jelly on him.
If you guys were the Jets, what move would you make at the quarterback position?
Mm.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just go with Tyrod Taylor, bruh. I like Justin Fields is my guy. He went to a national championship game at Ohio State, but he is not it.
I think that's
Do you take a chance? Do you take a chance on trying to pull Tua?
I think
Man.
they was on free agency.
I mean,
Sean, you know, my realistic thing is I asked this question why Robin postgame was on stream. I don't think they caught it. But I will get to the third or fourth round and take Taylor Green and see what he got.
yeah,
Somebody,
That's
I
a
will
good
take
one.
somebody real dynamic and just see what he got, you know, and see if you could
Yeah.
possibly know his skills, bro. Because I seen him carrying a terrible Arkansas team. They was putting up major points. At least he could put some points up on the board, man. These dudes couldn't move the ball last year.
I mean,
I
if
love
I'm the
Taylor
Jets,
Green.
I'd consider him in the second round.
I love
Yeah,
Taylor
second,
Green.
third.
I think
Taylor
we
Green
gonna
is
see-
a freak.
I think we're
That
gonna see
dude.
quite a few trades in these first few picks, possibly. Because with the Jets really having what they have at the quarterback situation, knowing Fernando Mendoza is there, you talk about the Las Vegas Raiders, where it goes down on the side of gambling in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. There's so many things when it comes to this. So, man, who knows? Could the Jets get Fernando Mendoza? Could the Jets get Ty Simpson? Could things be shocking in the first few picks with this year's draft? I think so.
Do the Jets have two in the first round or just one?
Yes, they do.
So,
Jets
but
have
here,
two.
okay,
Go
I
ahead.
wasn't for sure. Here's
Yep.
the problem I have. Yeah, first and our second and 16th.
Yep.
The problem I have with trading is you have so many needs at the Jets. You're going to have to give up your 2, your 16, and probably a second next year minimum. And now you just for really you're going to have 2 draft picks. You're going to have one this year and one next year at that point in the first round. Now I'm not talking about other rounds. But I just don't know that trade makes sense if you've got that many holes at the New York Jets.
Agreed. Smash the like button for the Midwest. Last question, man. We can get up out of here. Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker. Who does he play for next season?
Seattle better not let him walk out the door. I know that.
They sure better not.
Even with Zach Charbonnet there?
Even with Zach Charbonnet, because he's really a gadget back to me. He's not what Kenneth Walker is. I like Zach though, but Kenneth Walker is a 3-down back.
Yep.
If he leaves Seattle, I'd like to see him in Houston.
Excellent.
Man.
Yeah. And this is only Walker's second contract too, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You can't let him go nowhere.
Yeah. I would say they going if they get rid of Kenneth Walker, that'll be a debacle like not giving it to Skittles, Marshawn Lynch on the goal line. So they better sign that man. They better back that Brinks truck up. They better find him a bank so he can put all his money in and make sure he's there for the long haul. That's just my thought because he's a special back. I think we seeing it. We evident of it. He's earned his money. Pay the man.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised though. I'm glad you asked that though, Post. I wouldn't be surprised though if they let him walk if Jadarian Price was right there in that draft.
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't think Jadarian Price is going if I think he went to Minnesota in our mock tonight, but if Jadarian Price is there for the Texans, I don't think they're leaving the draft without him. But that he would be if Walker does walk, they let him walk, he would be an excellent pick for the Seattle Seahawks. Because one thing Charbonnet does is he does get hurt.
Thanks.
Anything else, y'all, before we get up out of here?
They undervalued a running back
How about
too.
how about just real quick bounce around the board, just to kind of everybody. What out of our mock would you say do you think is the biggest stretch to go in the first round? Mine's easy.
Hold on, let me bring it back up. It says SEC Sean wants to take over the stream.
Wasn't trying to take over your stream. Just a question that I thought of.
So who's
All right, so we got so here are the ladder picks in the draft. Any stretches from the man SEC Sean? Any stretches y'all see?
Yeah, I just don't see Anthony Hill being a first round talent. I think he's gonna go in the second round somewhere, maybe early mid second round. But I don't think nobody's gonna reach for him right there.
Yeah, that was mine as well. Even though I'm a Texas Longhorn guy, I don't see Anthony Hill going in the first round. And then I took Peter Woods at 14 to the Ravens. He might not be that high, but I think he's going in the first round. I don't think he's going to be that high.
Yeah, I don't think Cassius Howell goes in the first round.
Why not? Because he
His
mocked
production
him.
just fell off so bad against good competition last year.
Yeah, I get
Go look at his stats. Go look at his stats against weak competition. But when he got into the SEC, he only had like 2 or 3 sacks the whole SEC season.
I get what you're saying, Sean, but the style of our defense, I think he fits it. So I could see him going to the bucket. I could see us making a move like that, and we need somebody at edge. So I don't know. I didn't think that was a bad pick.
So would y'all rather have Cassius Howell or Akeem Mesidor?
Mesidor.
Mesidor, I think, is the most polished pass rusher in this whole draft. Like right now,
monster.
I'd take Falk over Howell.
Really?
Yeah, Falk.
Yep.
Falk will be a good one too because you could slide him in or play him on edge because he's so big.
Interesting.
And I'm an Aggie, and I'm saying, I would take Falk over Howell easy.
I just thought, like Zay said, I thought Howell fits that Tampa Bay defense. Just how
that's what it's about.
How you need to fit that defense. That's why I put him there. Same with Falk, even though I'm not for sure, like you said with that question, if that's a pick that Chicago would make. I'm not sure. Like I said, some of these teams, some drafts when it's there for them to pick, they go total opposite. You won't think it. And the reason, like, I don't know. I know Anthony Hill is a stretch. I just think he's NFL ready when it comes to that linebacker position. That's the reason I put him there. A team like Buffalo, I see what linebackers is in that AFC East and the AFC as a whole. I think he could be a linebacker that could be, something to know about in the AFC East and in the AFC within itself.
Interesting draft. All right, fellas. Is anything else you want to chop up before we get up out of here? I know we on a little bit later than we normally are. Anything else?
I don't want to take over your stream, but did y'all see Cincinnati suing Brendan Sorsby?
Yeah, for $1 million.
Yeah, breach of contract.
SEC shy, man. I was just joking with you, player.
I just gave it back to you. I'm gonna give it back to you. You know that.
Yeah, for sure. Anything y'all got?
I would say be on the lookout, man. I had a great meeting today. I sent it and let Unc know I'm gonna be bringing some cooking and streaming along with some talks, live music from an artist that I've been talking to and working with for now about a month. And we actually sat down, had a meeting today. It went well. and some Wednesdays. The first one that I'll have, it'll be, formal kind of an interview. So be looking forward to that. I'll definitely send everything out and let you guys know. But like I said, man, just thankful to be on the platform and what we do, to be able to bring some of the things and be able to meet some of the people that we haven't met before and do some of the things that we do best as well.
Saturday's live stream will be at 9 a.m., not 10 a.m. 9 a.m., not 10 a.m.
And I'll be popping back on Saturday with another update on the NASCAR race with the qualifying set. So you said you're gonna do some cooking and music, Moss?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it gonna be? You should title it "Mixing with Moss."
Nah, shout out to Angel. Shout out to Angel Farah, man. It's gonna be a conversation. Nah, it's gonna be a conversation with Mossberg. This not just gonna be cooking within itself. I mean, this is an actual, artist. She's from California. She's been here for a few years. And my Instagram. I've been doing a lot on my Instagram, trying to post as much as possible. And she reached out to me through my Instagram. So I'm going to definitely focus on her. She's the artist. She came to me and giving me her time. So it's going to be cooking with Mossberg and Angel Farah with a little mix and added ad-libs on the music side. So I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely be having that plan once we finish our write-up and let you guys know as well for sure.
Cool. Excellent. I hope everybody got that Saturday at 9 a.m. for SEC Shine for Level Up Sports 10. One Take Zay and Rob at WTP for life. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.